Hi everyone, my name is Jessie. I'm 27 years old and I never thought I'd be sharing a story like this. It's been a tough time for my family lately, as we've been hit by a sad loss. Just a few days ago, my grandmother, Grandma Laura, passed away suddenly. She was the heart of our family, the one who kept everyone together with her warmth and wisdom. Losing her has left an emptiness that feels impossible to fill. Though she had been sick for some time, the doctors said she still had about 7 more months, but in the blink of an eye she was gone. Grandma Laura wasn't just any grandmother. She was someone I could trust, learn from, and lean on. Every family gathering felt special because of her laughter, her stories, and her genuine interest in everyone's lives. She gave each of us her love without limits, always there to offer comfort and support. Now that she's gone, the family feels like it's lost its center. Every morning when I wake up, I have this brief moment where everything feels normal, and then I remember she's gone. I'll never get to sit with her or smell her perfume again. Right now, I wish I could sit in her lap just one more time, even though she hasn't had me on her lap in over a decade. The days since she passed have felt strange and empty. The house feels different, silent, as if a piece of its soul is missing. Her favorite chair sits there, empty, and nobody has the heart to sit in it. For over 50 years, she lived in that house, sat in that chair, and held us all together. Now, without her, everything feels wrong. The sadness just won't seem to end. My dad, Grandma's son, passed away a few years ago, and now my mom has been crying for days. My family is struggling, and I can see how much we're hurting, like a big part of our hearts has gone missing. Without Grandma Laura, the fragile balance in our family is beginning to crack. She was the glue that kept us all together, always knowing how to calm everyone down when things got tense. Now that she's gone, I'm seeing all the little cracks in our relationships. Even simple things like planning her funeral are causing arguments. My uncle wants a big, fancy funeral because he says Grandma deserves it. Some of the family agrees, but others, like my sister, can't afford it. My sister is in her first year of college and barely has enough to get by. She said Grandma wouldn't want us to waste money on something so extravagant, and that's when the fighting started. It's heartbreaking to see everyone taking sides, especially now when we should be coming together. I tried to calm everyone down by repeating some of the phrases Grandma used to say when people argued, but it just didn't work the same coming from me. I don't have her calming presence. Instead, I found myself feeling angry at the situation, and at my uncles for not seeing what really matters. Last night, things almost got physical between my uncles over funeral arrangements and Grandma's house. It feels so disrespectful, like they've forgotten everything she stood for. The reading of Grandma's will was supposed to bring some closure, but instead, it's just made things worse. Everyone knew that Grandma had saved up some money over the years, though no one knew exactly how much. It's become almost like a family legend. My uncle even claimed he saw her bank book once when he was a kid, and he swore there were lots of zeros. Now with her gone, people are already talking about the money. It's sad to see how the thought of inheritance is causing even more tension. People are eyeing each other, whispering, and it makes me feel sick. Even my sister has joined in, and it breaks my heart. It hasn't even been a week since Grandma passed, and already, the family she loved so much has turned into something ugly. I feel like crying as we wait for the lawyer to read her will. I'm worried about what will happen next, worried that the fights will only get worse. Grandma always said that family was about love and memories, not money, but it seems like everyone's forgotten that. When the lawyer finally read the will, what happened left me in shock. Grandma Laura didn't leave anything to my aunts, uncles, cousins, or even my sister. She left everything to me. Millions of dollars, all to me. The room felt like it was spinning, and I could barely hear anything over the pounding of my heart. My family's reaction was immediate. They were furious. I didn't even need to look at them to feel the anger in the room. When I finally did look up, all I saw were faces filled with disbelief, rage, and betrayal. I never asked for this. I never expected to be the only one inheriting Grandma's estate. It felt like a huge weight had suddenly dropped on me, and I had no idea how to handle it. I'm just a 27-year-old programmer making $70,000 a year. My life was simple. And now suddenly, I'm a millionaire, and my entire family hates me for it. Even my mom looked disappointed. I knew they all expected to get something, and now it was all in my hands. I never wanted to come between my family and what they thought was theirs. As the reality of the situation set in, the tension only got worse. People started accusing me of manipulating Grandma, saying I must have tricked her into changing her will. Their words cut deep, and no matter what I said, they wouldn't listen. My own family, people I had loved my whole life, were now blaming me, doubting my honesty, and tearing apart my relationship with Grandma. It was like a nightmare, and I felt completely helpless. My sister even accused me of taking advantage of Grandma's illness. Uncle Larry, who's the wealthiest among us, was the angriest of all. The shouting was too much, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I ran out of the room, tears streaming down my face, and locked myself in my car. I couldn't breathe. I was mourning the loss of Grandma Laura, but now I was also mourning the loss of my family's love and support. This inheritance, which should have been a blessing, felt like a curse. It brought out the worst in everyone, and I was left feeling completely alone. I drove away, not knowing where to go. I ended up in a Taco Bell parking lot, sitting there crying harder than I ever have. I felt so trapped and broken, and I didn't know what to do. Normally, I would have asked Grandma for advice in a situation like this, but she's gone, and she's the one who put me in this position. It all felt so wrong. It's been a few weeks since the will was read, and things have only gotten worse. My family hasn't stopped trying to get the money from me. They even called the police, accusing me of theft. I was sitting in a motel hiding away from everyone when the police showed up. They handcuffed me, telling me that my family claimed I had stolen their inheritance and run off. It was a nightmare come true. I managed to convince them to let me call my lawyer, who came and explained everything. Eventually, they let me go, but the damage was done. It was heartbreaking to realize that my own family would go so far just to ruin me. The legal fight over Grandma's estate is still ongoing, and it's taking a huge toll on me. I've been staying in motels, avoiding everyone, and just trying to get through each day. I've lost so much weight from the stress, and I can barely sleep. I feel like I'm losing my mind. The worst part is, I've realized that my family never really cared about me. They only cared about what they could get from Grandma. I've thought a lot about what to do with the inheritance, and I've finally made up my mind. At first, I planned to split the money with everyone because I thought it was the right thing to do. But now, after everything they've done, they're not getting a single cent. If Grandma wanted me to have it, then that's what's going to happen. They can fight over the house and the jewelry, but the money is mine, and I'm not giving it away. I've talked to my lawyer, and she says the will is airtight. There are no loopholes, and nobody can challenge it. Grandma Laura made sure of that. I love her so much for protecting me, even now. I've also decided that it's time for me to leave. I'm taking my inheritance, packing up my things, and moving to a new state, far away from this toxic family. I've blocked their numbers and cut all ties. It wasn't an easy decision, but it's the only way I can move forward. I need to find peace, and I can't do that with them in my life. As I write this final update, I feel a mix of sadness, anger, and hope. It's been a wild ride, and I've learned a lot about family, trust, and resilience. This inheritance has caused so much pain, but I'm determined not to let it destroy me. I'm going to use it to build a better life for myself. The path ahead is uncertain, but I'm ready to face it with courage. To anyone reading this who's going through something similar, I want you to know that you deserve respect, love, and happiness. Stand up for yourself, and don't let anyone make you feel like you're not worthy. Toxic relationships, even with family, are harmful, and sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. Thank you to everyone who has supported me through this. Your kind words and advice have helped me more than I can say. I'm grateful to each of you, and I hope that wherever you are, you find the love and happiness you deserve. This is my last update, but I'll always be grateful for the support I received here when I felt completely alone. I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life, and I hope it's one filled with peace and joy.